All right, welcome. This is Curriculum Light for Intro to Computer Science, M256. My name is Jeremy Harkin. I am the teacher. Just to give you guys a little background on myself, I have been teaching for 20 years. This is going to be the hardest year for me, but I'm excited about it. I get a lot into it. This is my fourth year teaching computer science. I got into it about 5 years ago, just to change it up a little bit, give you something different. Really liked it. So our intro class, just to give you guys a heads up, should be very low stress for the kids. I just have a couple expectations that they're working towards completing the tasks, and if they have, and create some really cool programs by the end. If they're working, turn things in on time, ask questions when they're stuck, can contribute to the in-class discussions, the ones we have, they should get an A. Very low stress. We have very little homework. The only time I assign homework is if they get behind, like if they miss a bunch of days or they get stuck on a program. They might have to do a little bit outside of class, but really not much. This should not be a stressful class for them at all. Really, if they work for the hour that I have them every other day, they should be fine. So that's kind of how the class works. It's all based on projects. So if they complete the project, there's a minimum. It's usually a B, and then to get you have to do a little bit more. You have to be a little bit. It's got to be better to get the A. You got to do more than what I showed them. I showed them a lot, and so I'm trying to get them not to copy me all the time, but understand and create on their own. They're way more creative than I am, so I want them to use that in the coding class. So that's kind of where we're at. So let me show you what you should be seeing at home. When we get in school, it can be a little different, but right now, since it's virtual, everything that we've been doing is through CodeHS. So when the students, they come on, they go to codehs.com, they can do it from their iPads. If they haven't gotten a keyboard, I strongly suggest you get one. They're distributing materials next week. So if you've asked for a keyboard, it should be coming next week. So this is my dashboard. Mine will be a little different because I'm a teacher, but if I come over here to the left side and go to student, you'll see exactly what they see. Again, I teach a bunch of computer science classes, so I'm in a bunch of classes. So here's my intro class right there. So if you see them go on to that, you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff. You'll see resume, you'll see some past due stuff. I'm kind of still playing around in there. I don't really know what's happening. I don't know why not everything's due. But if you go down to where it says M256 at the bottom of the screen, you'll see 1%. And that's mine. So that's my account. I tell them all the time that don't be at 1%. So there's the pretest. We did that. They should have done that on their own. So we've been programming with Carl. And so let me just tell you some things so you're aware of the your son or daughter's thing. If it's yellow, like the camera is okay to be yellow, but any other of these yellows are not good. It just means they're not completed. If you see pink on your son or daughter's screen, pink means that I've graded it and it needs more work. And they can always redo them. They can always redo them. Green, good. Green is good. Gray just means they haven't started it. Okay, gray means they just haven't started it. So this is kind of their screen, and they should just go in order. You know, like, and some are way down here at the very bottom. All right, some are back here where I'm at. Okay, so it's kind of a mix. So I've done everything right now through commenting on your code. So if we went to commenting on your code, I go to the exercise. All right, you'll see this. This is what they have to do. My computer is being slow. Here we go. Start there and there. Hit let's go. All right, and we don't just jump to that. We've gradually moved on there, but it's really cool. They can type in their code. What's really nice is I can see exactly what they type in. Up here, they can test. In documents is really good. This is all the coding stuff that we have. So here's like little shortcuts. Coding is something you shouldn't have to memorize. You just got to, I tell them all the time, you got to understand it. You know, if there's the grade. If they need help, they go to they go to more here. In more, they go to conversation, you know, teacher, et cetera, et cetera. But if they want to ask a conversation, they get to me, and then it goes from there. So everything we're doing right now is through CodeHS. There's some really cool things in CodeHS as they continue to go farther and farther. But on the bottom, you can see I got a whole bunch of yellow, pink. That means I got to go back and complete that. So if your son or daughter has any yellows or pink or gray, it's not good. Okay. Usually that's how that's how we've been graded. And I can go back, I can make comments, I can ask them. I do a lot of private Zooms. I do a lot of private breakout rooms. So if they want to ask me a question, they can come, they call me in. I'm going to do some group breakout rooms as we move forward here, but I'm just kind of still getting a feel for what they know. And there's people at all levels. There's the high level who've had coding experience to the kids who have had none. So we just can't throw them all together. So this is kind of at your own pace. If you get done early, I always have extra work for them to do when they're done with the whole unit. So this first unit is 16 sections. If they get done early, they should be able to do some more coding. But that's kind of how the class runs. As long as they are working in class and asking questions and getting help and trying, we'll be fine. They'll do very, very well. There is no final for our course. We just, if they like it, we move on. The next year would be the important year. The next year we start our AP curriculum, which is a great AP course because it's not super high stress. It's a lot of in-class work and understanding. And this is a great foundation for what happens next year in the coding. So if you have any questions or concerns, please, the grade is always a work in progress. I know everyone's worried about the grade, but even if I put it in the grade and they do it later, they'll get full credit as long as it's done. I just try to keep parents up to date on the grade as we continue to move forward. So that's kind of all I have. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me, email me. If you don't want to email me, give me a call, I'll call you back. And then hopefully we get them in school. If we get them in school, we do some really cool stuff. We actually program some robots. We learn a little bit of Visual Basic. We make Space Invaders through Visual Basic. We learn a little bit different code. So hopefully we can get them in school a little bit. We can start getting them in the robots, and that'll be fun. But the CodeHS is a really good program. It'll get us understanding a lot of code. Right. So that's kind of my curriculum side. I do have a Schoology page. We don't do much through Schoology, but I do post some stuff through Schoology. As you can see, you had to get to this link through Schoology. But I'll post an article here or there. We'll discuss an article here or there. But most of the time, it's just through CodeHS. We'll do a little questions, answers through that. You guys have a great night. And please let me know if you need anything in the future.